So in what is perhaps one of the greatest opening lines of any business book anywhere, Jim Collins, who I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, had this to say. He said, "Good is the enemy of great." Right? And it kind of hits us between the eyes because it's true, isn't it? When things are good, as they are today, often we don't find the wherewithal or the energy to push ourselves forward, to make things greater. But I actually think there might be a slightly more insidious risk. Because when things are good, it's like we put a pair of blinders on, right? We kind of go about our business doing things the way that we have always done them in hopes that things will be different. And when we've got those blinders on, we don't notice that the world might be changing around us. And I think that was a lot of the themes we just heard from the executives. And things are changing around us. Now, when it comes to your client relationship, things are good. Right? Every year we go out, we talk to your clients. We talk to thousands of investors in Canada, in the US, in the UK. We talk to them about the relationships that they have with you, and there's no doubt about it. Things are good. Your clients are satisfied, and they're loyal. And I think when we look at this kind of data, it's almost like a security blanket for us, right? We can wrap ourselves up with that, and as we listen to presentations about changes in regulation and technology and process and what are we going to do with the millennials and all of these sorts of discussions, we can kind of go back to that place and say, I'm doing good work for my clients. Now, what I was hoping to do in the next hour, with your permission, is just kind of rip the security blanket out of your hand, just for an hour or so. And not because things are bad, not because I think there is any kind of fundamental problem, but just long enough for us to have a conversation about this, for us from a position of strength that looks like this, to ask ourselves, is anything changing? In fact, I'd go one step further and use the word disruption. It's not a word we usually or typically would apply to client relationships, but I think it's the right word. Because as we look at some of the trends that are impacting engagement, it's suggesting that we will communicate differently, that we'll need to communicate differently. It's suggesting that there will be a different role for our clients in future. And to me, that's disruptive. It suggests something fundamental. These trends, these realities, they're kind of easy to miss. Right? They're easy to miss in part because things are good. I mean, who among us says things are really good? Let's actively look for a reason this could really screw up in future. I mean, we just don't do that. But there's another reason. I think these trends are easy to miss because a lot of it is happening out there in the real world. Right? We like to stop at our industry, but you know this, right? Your clients wake up in the morning, cook breakfast that they shopped for at a shopping center. They drive the kids to a school that they have researched. They stop for coffee along the way. Every day, they're having tens and over a year, hundreds of different interactions that are teaching them about what engagement could look like. If you buy into the notion that one of our goals needs to be to differentiate ourselves in future, to set what you do apart from other advisors, then we can't hang our hat on this. We can't say, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, you really should work with me because I'll show you the survey. My clients are satisfied, and we've only lost one this year, and he died. So we've got strong loyalty. Because I will find you 100 other people who can say exactly that. Doesn't set us apart. So I wanted to talk about a couple of strategies. And I said, then we'll kind of dive into some tactics. And I thought where we could go with this is picking up on a couple of those trends. First, how could we involve our clients in a meaningful way? And then talk about designing the client journey talk about a very different framework for designing your client experience going forward, different from what we traditionally do. We cannot create an effective, engaging, connected client experience around the needs of everyone.